background to the project is that as a church we face a huge challenge of restoring this ancient building. 6 years ago now we were put on the Heritage at Risk register. We need to replace the roof, it's a lead roof, and a lot of the masonry. We tried to think of a way of doing that which would mean that we weren't just focusing on building, we were also focusing on our local community and trying to engage the community in something fruitful whilst carrying on with these repairs. We put in a bid to the Heritage Lottery Fund for just the first phase of repairs, and what we suggested through our conversations with Soham Village College, who are great friends of ours, was that we engage some of their students, their foundation learning tier, year 9 and 10s, some of those students, in looking back at Soham's fascinating history. Local people have very kindly offered their gardens for the students to dig test pits in, guided by the team, the superb team from Wessex Archaeology. And we thought they'd enjoy doing that. We thought also they'd learn some useful skills in doing that. Not just archaeological skills, heritage skills, but also they'd have a chance to work together as teams, their communication, all that would contribute to their learning and indeed to our learning about them and about this place.
I like taking pictures of like plants and all that, and like getting flowers and all that. It's very, very cool. I haven't done photography before, but it's quite a fun thing to learn about it is, as you can like zoom in and like do loads of cool stuff. Like you get different like angles and all that you can, and like you can do it like behind flowers, get the flowers in the shot and the people in the shot. It's all very, very fun.
Yes, I have enjoyed doing this. Getting out of school, wearing this hat. Just like doing it. The most interesting thing I found was probably the cow bones in this hole, and then yesterday I found glass bottles with liquid in, so it's pretty cool.
Whilst I've been on the dig, I found like a coin from when Queen Elizabeth II was first crowned, and it has a picture of her as a young person. And we've also found an animal bone that was butchered in the dig. We know the animal bone was butchered because of the lines on it and how weak it looked, and it was bent in the correct shape and it had like loads of lines on it.
Yeah, I've definitely seen a change in the kids when they've been doing this. Like, you know, you start out and they're a bit closed off, they don't really know what they're going to expect, and as you kind of go on, you see more and more enthusiasm. You know, we've had a couple of kids over this way who have been talking about doing archaeology now and who are really like just enthusiastic with like, yeah, I want to go into archaeology, tell me about the different ways I can do that. We've had kids saying that they want to look for courses to do it. We've had some kids just saying like, oh yeah, I'd really love to do another dig. So it's really just exciting to see them like get that enthusiasm and feel like how we feel about it and see that like, yeah, we really want to find something awesome.
The thing that this experience has taught me is really the benefit of getting the kids outside and getting them, you know, working in completely different environments to them, you know, learning while they're doing it. I think it's been wonderful to see them just getting involved, and I'm really going to take that forward in what I'm going to do in the future.
So the students have come along really well. At the beginning, of course, it's like anything, you know, any different coloured dirt or any stone. It's like, oh, what's this? What's this? And just 3 days in, and they're like, if someone says, "What's that?" they're helping each other. They say, "Oh, that's a piece of that flint stone. Oh, that's what's this? Is it bone? Oh, it might be. Let's give it a clean first." You know, they're sort of deciding amongst themselves what to do with it. It's been really great to see, to be honest. It really has.
That's a bone.
This week I've done some amazing archaeology. Like, it's really quite a privilege that they've come from Salisbury and done this for us. And my greatest find so far is a rather good condition medicine bottle over the road. The digging is my favourite part, honestly. It's just so satisfying, isn't it? And it's just been great.
This week I've been working with the students from the college at one of our sites, supervising them doing environmental processing and letting them see the process from finding a feature in the trench and getting it out to get the environmental materials. It's been really great this week, like getting to know them and seeing them grow into it. It's made me a bit more passionate again, kind of reignited that to see somebody else learn and getting to enjoy it for the first time.
Go. It'll be shine.
To see students that have believed themselves not to be academically inclined, to go through the whole process and feel confident at the end of it, that's been really rewarding. I suppose it's quite selfish, isn't it? But when you see other people, you know, when you see that you've had an impact on people like that, you know, you've seen people go through that whole process. It's a selfish feeling, but yeah, it's been amazing. I've loved it every minute.
I do horse riding and I've put a horseshoe on a horse before. This is, I think, an old style horseshoe, but it's different to the modern ones now because it's got these bits that used to go up in the feet, whereas now we don't have that, they have the bottom bit.
So the students have been finding some very interesting objects on site. So at the moment I've been sort of scanning a number of different bits and pieces. So we've been scanning some animal bone, including what looks like part of a rat skull. And I've also been scanning some pottery that they found, some decorated stuff and some post-medieval pottery by the looks of it. Some interesting little sort of iron objects that once the experts get to look at them, I'm sure they'll be able to identify what they are, but it's all great stuff. So the good thing about this sort of system is that once I've actually done the scanning of the objects, then I can actually process them, and then I can actually put the little 3D models up onto Sketchfab, which means that I can then, everyone who's been part of the project can actually access those models and actually look at the work that they've done and see the objects that they found and show people within the community what they've been up to.
Welcome. I'm a student that's been very lucky to come on this really great opportunity. This is the old manor house in Soham, and let me show you around. So this is where we take our break after a couple of hours and that. It's really quite exciting, to be honest. Just get to sit down, eat some candy, you know, hard work for the workers, as they say. So over here we've got some students doing some environmental flotation, which is just seeing what's like in the layers really, and it's really quite interesting in my opinion. And over here is where everything is happening. We have people digging, mining, chopping, all of that for bits of glass and fossil, and yeah, done lots of pickaxing today, and yeah, really been quite exciting.
Okay, so here we are with the other part of the archaeology bit, and this is where we find like tons of glass bottles and pottery and all, and like rat bones and all that, and it's actually really quite fun it is. So here's Isaac.
Hi.
Hi Isaac.
How's it going?
Good. What have you found over here so far?
So we found a lot of vials for medicine and such. We found horseshoes, and we found bits and pieces from the shed. We've also found a lot of industrial parts, industrial materials. Yeah, we found quite a lot. Not to mention a lot of bone.
Yeah, that's very cool. Thank you, Isaac.
No worries.
All good stuff.
I'm proud to say that my dog, Cyril, has had the great pleasure of touring all the test pits every morning. He's done his bit to help with the digging. He was not at all interested in a horse's hip bone that was found. We decided that was a sign just of how old it was. In those trips round, we've both really enjoyed chatting to the students. Yeah, and we found out what they're doing, and also seen how they've encouraged one another and helped one another, and also how the Wessex team has picked up, together with the Soham Village College staff, when a young person has actually had a bit of enough of one thing and has moved on to something else. Students have participated in a great range of activities. Some of them have been camera operators, they've done interviews themselves, they've been dog carers, of course. They've been a really great team, and we've loved working with them.
what's really important about our foundation learning tier is it's a chance for our students to get really involved in the vocational side of things, so to be able to explore the world of work and to look at kind of how they would interact with the public. So this project has been such an amazing way of them seeing that in action in the community of Soham.
I think being out of the classroom is the biggest benefit for them, because despite the fact that we try and offer a practical set of qualifications, curriculum time just doesn't allow. So actually to allow them to be outside 3 days on the trot as well, working together with different year groups, different sets of friendship groups has been absolutely incredible. Speaking with you guys as well, to actually see there is a world outside of Cambridgeshire and Soham, but also for 3 of them to say actually this is the job I might want to do in the future, which for us is just incredible, because normally you end up going to college, then you go and get a job wherever it might be, but to actually think of something that's very, very different for them, and for some of the students it's quite a surprise that that is the job that they want to do. But incredibly proud of them, incredibly pleased of the skills, the relationships that they've developed, and we've noticed even within 24 hours of the dig finishing, the cohesion within the group has massively improved. So I think if we can continue this kind of thing, it would be an absolutely incredible resource for us in the future.